Hello, my name is Kaitlin and this is my eArt 303 final project. So for my final project, I created Thrive Art Therapy in collaboration with Creative Expressions Art Therapy therapist Tracy Dudar and psychologist Elizabeth Tosny that aims to bring art therapy into Saskatoon schools and classrooms from kindergarten to grade 8. This collaboration with the community will allow students to create art in a therapeutic and non-judgmental way. By creating Thrive Art Therapy, I'm hoping to bring attention to the anxiety, stress, and trauma that children go through on a day-to-day basis. Art therapy has been proven to decrease stress and allows children to improve symptoms related to physical and mental disorders as well as trauma. It can help reduce pain, stress, and irritability levels during recovery. Art and play therapy are alternatives to talk therapy and helps children communicate their feelings, resolve their inner conflicts, and develop coping skills more easily. By creating this welcoming, inclusive environment, I hope art therapy can change the way students currently view arts education. For many children, art is a stressful and overwhelming process because it is perceived that it has to look perfect or a particular way, normally like the teacher's example. By eliminating that stress and allowing students to create art with little to no guidance, they can open their imaginations and break down walls that may have been put up in regards to creating art. My proposal for this business would be aimed towards Saskatoon school boards. So Thrive Art Therapy is a nonprofit organization that has a variety of classes for grades kindergarten to grade 8. Tracy Dudar, Elizabeth Tosny, and myself have created lessons that connect with the Saskatchewan curriculum for arts education and will have your students engaged and excited about art. We will come to you and provide the materials for each lesson. What we hope to accomplish in each class is to create a sense of community and build relationships with students to let them know that there are people who are here to listen to them if they need. Each lesson will begin with a bit of debriefing, discussing who we are and what we aim to do with art therapy. We will explain what the art class is going to entail and then move on to the activity. We will provide all of the materials needed for each class and will help students as needed. When closing the class, we will get them to reflect on how this experience made them feel and allow the students to share their thoughts and feelings if they would like. Lastly, we will provide the teacher with business cards for Creative Expressions Art Therapy to give to the students to take home. If they are interested in continuing art therapy, they can use the contact information on the business card to continue at Creative Expressions. We plan to be open 5 days a week through the months of September to June from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. All of our bookings will be managed online on our website or over the phone. Each of our classes has a max capacity of 30 students and cannot exceed this amount. Our prices listed for each of our classes are charged per class, not per student. With that being said, if you have 30 kids in your class, or if you have 15 kids in your class, you'll be charged the same amount. After adding the cost of materials, transportation, profit for workers, and our website, I am proposing a budget of $22,000. The Saskatchewan Art Board has a variety of different funding possibilities as they give grants to applicants that work in arts education. For Thrive Art Therapy, I looked at the grant Artists in Schools - Projects, which would grant $10,000 of funding to assist schools to design an inquiry-based project by contracting a professional Saskatchewan artist, which would be Tracy Dudar, working in any art form to collaboratively engage in art activities that are linked to education outcomes in any curriculum from kindergarten to grade 12. So with that grant, I would be proposing, if that grant was successful, $12,000.
All right, moving on to showing my website for Thrive. So the front page just says art therapy builds self-awareness and self-esteem necessary to tackle various social situations and life challenges. So this portion I have mentioned in my introduction, so I'm not going to read that. Moving on to Tracy Dudar and Elizabeth Tosny. So Tracy has close to 15 years of experience providing counseling services to children, youth, and families with diverse social, emotional, mental health, and behavioral issues. She has worked extensively with children and youth in the education system, healthcare system, victim services, social services, adoptions, and nonprofit organizations. Early intervention has been the focus of her career, and she specializes in the areas of parent-child attachment, trauma, self-esteem, anxiety, and loss. Elizabeth has a Bachelor's of Education degree and her Master's in Clinical Education. She specializes in eating disorders, sexual abuse, and childhood trauma resulting in dissociative identity disorder. She has many years of experience working with children and youth, so two great people to have to collaborate with. Moving on to our classes. So here under what we do, it has a list of our K-8 programs. So going to kindergarten, which is making music. Creating and listening to music can allow children to express emotion, creativity, and lowers their anxiety. In our making music class, the children will be allowed to play with a variety of instruments, creating their own music and sounds. They will be led through musical games and will create songs together as a group. Going now to our grade 1 and 2 class, which is called Free Paint. Painting is therapeutic because it allows the mind to focus on the images at hand and on nothing else. This focus towards one central topic relieves stress on the mind and in turn relaxes the body. The free paint activity allows the children to use their imagination and use their hands and fingers to paint creatively. So finger paint, that's washable, paintbrushes and sponges, canvases, and paint shirts are all included in this class. Moving on to grade 3 and 4, which is a dance therapy class. Dance therapy can reduce stress, promote self-awareness and self-esteem, and a safe space for the expression of feelings. In our dance class, children will be allowed to move freely to the music and will be led by an instructor in a variety of dance games and activities. The children will be given time to create their own dances in small groups and perform them to the class as a whole if they choose. Moving now to grade 4 and 5, which is our Art Out of the Box class. Drawing has been proven to be calming and allows children to express their emotions and feelings. In our Art Out of the Box class, the children will use the cards from the game Art Out of the Box to prompt them on what to draw, without showing their peers. When they finish their drawing, they can add different elements to their drawing freely. So moving to grade 6 and 7, which is Words to Live by Collage. Teens can be vulnerable to harsh, judgmental environments where they don't feel they can be themselves. This activity allows teens to visualize their core values through collage. Magazines, newspapers, scrapbook paper, and other art materials will be provided to allow students to create a collage. The students will represent their worldviews in the collage and use their quotes in art. And now for grade 8, which is Working with Clay. Students will be given the opportunity to work with clay and create whatever they choose. Working with clay increases relaxation and reduces stress and anxiety. So all of our classes range from $190 to $300, which if you break it down per kid is actually pretty reasonable. To make an appointment, you just click on the Make an Appointment button and it will take you to a page with a calendar. You can choose whatever day works for you, and it will give you the times, and you can choose a time, and it will take you to a page where you have to fill out your information. So very easily usable, easily accessible, and offers something for everyone.
My own personal philosophy of art has changed immensely over this past year after being involved in my e-art class. The study of art is important because it teaches us to observe and reflect on our natural and man-made world. Art education also allows personal expression, curiosity, and builds confidence. It involves an understanding of your students and how each child perceives art differently. But finding and making personal connections with a diverse population of learners should be done through collaboration with the community, students, and educators. This is what I hope to fulfill at Thrive Art Therapy. Thank you for watching.